independence.
I do.
But do you have any fears or any regrets that if Scotland does go that way, that the rest of the United Kingdom would be seriously diminished in the eyes of the world?
I think independence is only a beginning. I think it's a pathway to something else. I actually think it's a pathway towards English independence. And I think that's what, you know, everybody says, oh, it's a terrible thing, it's a terrible thing. It's not an end stop, it's a beginning of something. And of course, we are so linked to England. You know, we're not going to cut ourselves off from England just like that. And I don't think, personally for me, that independence means separation. I think it means a new kind of inclusiveness. It means a whole redesigning of what's going on in the South.
But would you regret that Britain would be diminished?
I don't think Britain will be diminished. I think Britain has to reassess itself. Britain's diminished at the moment because the political system is not working. It's clearly not working. We've seen it. The three amigos have arrived. Martin Short, Steve Martin, and Chevy Chase have come with their sombreros and their kilts. And they're here to sort us all out. And the patronage and the condescension of the last 4 weeks has been utterly bewildering because they haven't understood who we are as a people. They simply have not understood it. And I find it kind of shocking.
Neil Ferguson?
I wonder whether the people who are voting or planning to vote yes understand properly who we are as a people. It seems to me one of the confusions here is to think only in terms of the people who live in Scotland. Most people who regard themselves as Scots don't live in Scotland. The number of expats vastly exceeds the 4 or 5 million people who live here.
That's true. It's the people who live in Scotland that will be affected by whether or not it's
just those people. It's not just those people, Andrew, and this is where I think Brian's unrealistic. This is a divorce. Anybody who's been through a divorce knows they're rarely amicable. It will be very ugly, it will be very protracted. It's hardly likely that the English are going to say, oh, that's just fine, good luck. Go and have your nice Scandinavian Scotland. Don't worry about the debt. You know, have the pound, no problem. The problems will begin with the yes vote, if it happens. It will be acrimonious, it will be protracted, and for those of us who consider ourselves Scots in Britain, in the United Kingdom, who do not see a conflict between those identities, but in fact see them as reinforcing, this really means statelessness. I certainly won't feel any longer able to be British.
No, I thought you'd become an American citizen.
No, I'm not. I've remained a British citizen precisely out of loyalty.
But you're also an American citizen, aren't you?
No, I'm not. No, I have a green card. I work in the United States, but I'm still a British citizen.
Brian, what do you say?
Andrew, can I just say, if it's a yes vote, I will apply for US citizenship that day.
Well,
I wouldn't be alone.
I am an expat. And as an expat, I believe in an independent Scotland. And I believe in it even more today than I did yesterday, because yesterday I spent the time in Dundee. And I have seen the people who are disenfranchised, the people who have fallen through the net, the sort of grassroots who have been bewildered for the last 30 years. In Dundee, in the last 2.5 weeks, over 7,000 people have gone back on the social register. And that has been unheard of. And those people have been off the social register since Margaret Thatcher's poll tax. And I think that's astonishing. And the people I met yesterday are people saying, we just want something that is our own. And we want something that we can actually take part in, that we can be responsible for. Because that responsibility, we've been treated like children for so long. Right. We want that.
Mark, it's quite clear that the rest of the United Kingdom has really just closed its eyes and hopes this goes away. I mean, if we wake up, well, I won't wake up because I'll be up all night doing the programme, but
especially at your grade
well,
age.
Exactly, I know, but the drugs you gave me will help.
And I can get you more.
You know, I know that, because I know you Hollywood chaps are big on these things. The contingency planning will have a standing start on the morning of the 19th.
I imagine that officials in Scotland and in London have been working on contingency plans, because that's what officials do, that's what civil servants are for. There are lots of things I don't know yet about what the Scottish attitude will be after independence. I mean, Neil made the point that it was called Great Britain by James VI, but of course that was a century before the union of the two parliaments. So it's perfectly obvious that you can have an expression, Great Britain, without the parliaments being united.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know what the Scottish attitude is going to be to the Queen. I mean, whether the Queen would be as the Queen of Canada is, or whether she would continue to be as the Queen of the United Kingdom is. I mean, those are two different relationships with the monarchy. But, you know, I don't even know yet that the separation of the parliaments means the end of the United Kingdom. It certainly, as far as I can see, doesn't necessarily mean the end of Great Britain. So I think there are all sorts of things that are not yet known. However, you know, England is vastly bigger than Scotland, and so the experiment is a much bigger experiment for Scotland than it is for England. I mean,
It may be bigger, but it's not as good.
Whatever. I mean, you know, losing a hand is less traumatic than losing the body that's attached to that.
Dan, what are your thoughts?